Today we are going to see about how the oil economy is dominated the world economy. The discovery of oil. In 600 BC, the first oil was discovered by the Chinese and transported through bamboo pipelines. Notably, Colonel Drake led the discovery of oil in Titusville, Pennsylvania. In 1859, the Spindletop well in Texas set the stage for a new oil economy in 1901. However, Colonel Drake's heralded discovery of oil in Pennsylvania in 1859 and the Spindletop discovery in Texas in 1901 set the stage for the new oil economy. Petroleum was much more adaptable and flexible than coal. Additionally, the kerosene that was refined originally from crude provided a reliable and relatively inexpensive alternative to coal oils and whale oil for fueling lamps. Formation of oil. Oil formed from the remains of marine plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. Even before the dinosaurs, the tiny organisms fell to the bottom of the sea. Bacterial decomposition of the plants and animals removed most of the oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur from the matter, leaving behind a sludge made up mainly of carbon and hydrogen. As the oxygen was removed from the detritus, decomposition slowed. Over time, the remains became covered by layers upon layers of sand and silt. As the depth of the sediment reached or exceeded 10,000 feet, pressure and heat changed the remaining compounds into the hydrocarbons and other organic compounds that form crude oil and natural gas. Synthetic crude may also be created by upgrading bitumen, a tar-like substance found in oil sands, or synthesizing liquid hydrocarbons from oil shale. There are a number of processes extracting shale oil, synthetic crude oil, from oil shale by pyrolysis, hydrogenation, or thermal dissolution. OPEC can influence world oil supplies and prices. OPEC includes countries with some of the world's largest oil reserves. At the beginning of 2021, OPEC members controlled about 72% of total world proved crude oil reserves plus lease condensate, and they accounted for 37% of total world crude oil production in 2021. World oil reserves. Saudi Arabian oil was first discovered by the Americans in commercial quantities at Dammam oil well No. 7 in 1938 in what is now modern-day Iran. By far the most conventionally large oil field, it accounts for roughly a third the oil produced in Saudi Arabia. India announced its first oil extraction from a new discovery in the Krishna-Godavari Basin, starting with 4 wells and targeting 45,000 barrels per day by June. This will contribute 7% to both crude oil and gas production. Phase 3 is underway, aiming for peak production by June 2024. The world has proven reserves equivalent to 46.6 times its annual consumption levels. This means it has about 47 years of oil left at current consumption levels and excluding unproven reserves. Oil and Natural Gas Corporation (ONGC), based out of New Delhi. ONGC is a government-owned Maharatna company that was founded in 1956. The operations of ONGC, which is the largest oil company in India, are centered around the extraction of crude oil and successfully accounts for 70% of the country's total oil production. What will replace oil in the future? The main types of sustainable or renewable energy are solar from the sun, wind, bioenergy, organic matter burned for fuel, and hydroelectric from water, such as tidal energy. Oil's refined products are used to manufacture almost all chemical products, such as plastics, fertilizers, detergents, paints, and even medicines, plus a whole host of other products that you might not expect. We use petroleum products to propel vehicles, to heat buildings, and to produce electricity. In the industrial sector, the petrochemical industry uses petroleum as a raw material, a feedstock to make products such as plastics, polyurethane, solvents, and hundreds of other intermediate and end-user goods. Thanks for watching this video and don't forget to subscribe for